right, so let's take that journey, man, and kind of go back to the beginning part. Um, at the time Diabolical come out, this is your first album,
Solo
solo
album,
album
yeah.
release.
First solo album.
At this time, you how old?
16.
16.
Well, I finished the album at right at the end of 16, but then he held the album for a year because he didn't want me to. In order for him to drop that album with me being 16, he had to get my mama
Oh yeah,
permission,
that's a whole
but he
different
didn't
thing.
want that. So he played some old mind games and strung it out for a year till I turned 18, and he got in my skin. I was young, I was naive, I wanted to work, so he got me to separate from my mom and say, forget the lawyers and all this stuff, go sign by yourself. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
So then I went and signed by myself, and I made a mistake.
Okay, so let's unpack that because you said something that was pretty touching. Is most child stars or most young people, teenagers who have success at a very young age, come to a point where they're fighting with the image that was portrayed with them as a kid, and they're trying to evolve into the adult. But sometimes the fans won't let them.
Yeah,
Sometimes you're punished. Sometimes the artist can be punished by their early stardom.
yeah, and in both ways though. Like you just said, double-edged sword. You see how like some artists they start young, and then like you say, the fans won't let them grow out of it.
Yeah,
Some artists start young and they won't grow out of it.
that's real.
They'll be stuck in the past.
That's real.
They feel like, oh, this is the best I've ever did, and this is what it is. Man, fuck that shit, man. Like what's the name say? Outkast say, you only a funky as your last cut.
You focus on your past.
Yeah. So
has to
I'm
be
saying.
that's what. Yeah.
So it's like that, you know what I mean? But I mean, it is a struggle that you got to do, but it is possible. It does happen. You do see these people transform. You look at the acting. Is Elijah Wood, the little white boy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We watched him from a kid, from Good Son all the way up to where he's doing now. You know what I'm talking about? And then you got other people like Leonardo DiCaprio. Kid on the up did that. But then you go back and then you got people like Macaulay Culkin. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's all
Jaleel White, Steve Urkel.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So I think with this game, streets, anything, no. I mean, I'm just talking to me. If you cannot continually reinvent yourself to make yourself relevant, then you dead.
How often do you feel like a artist or just even a person have to reinvent themselves?
I feel like
is it a decade thing?
Is it with the times?
20, 30, or every 5 years is like 20, 25?
I can't say that. You could say 5 years, but like how we say the shit moving faster.
That's
so
real.
It could be next year. You gotta stay with the wave. It's just like when I was in the streets, man. It started with selling this, but the wave came. Now I'm only weed, but now the pills come. You know what I'm saying? You either gonna adapt because people want them. So either you gonna say I got them, or you gonna miss that business. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Or you gonna I do this and I do this. You got to learn about it, and you got to research. You got to research what's going on. That's how you also reinvent yourself. You stay ahead of the curve and you look at the fads. Look at P Diddy. He's the greatest one that you see doing it.
Yeah, that's
this
real.
nigga been around forever, and he's steady. Relevant. He's steady relevant. You know what I mean? He makes himself relevant one way or another. If it's not the music, now he's doing the cognac. If it's not this, he's doing this. If it's not that, he's doing a 4. You know what I'm talking about? He's making himself relevant.
Do you feel like that's the case because sometimes music really isn't enough? Like music is really more of a launching pad to get into everything else?
Yes. Everything is a launching pad. That's the thing about it. Hopefully you see that. Even when you go to elementary school, man. You go to school, high school, that's a launching pad.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's not just, just so you can learn the basics. That's an actual launching pad for you to decide what you finna do in life. It's gonna give you a head start. It's gonna give you the foundation to think. You know what I'm saying? Read, write, do all these things, but you take it and you run with it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what that music is with me, because I ain't gonna do no music like that forever, bro. You know what I mean? But that's how I did the movies, you know what I'm saying? Do the clothes, do everything else. Whatever you can make happen, you gotta be a hustler.